Right now, let's take a look at some line movements. The best place on the internet to do that is with SBRodds.com. These lines are changing, including a total, Teddy, that's dropping here in Miami. If we take a look, opened up at 8.5 at most outlets, now sitting at 8. It's going to be the Philadelphia Phillies and the Miami Marlins, fresh off of sweeping the Phillies just a few games ago with a total of 8. It's going to be Velasquez and Hernandez on the mound today.
Yeah, and, Velasquez coming off a strong start against this same Marlins team, just 1 hit, 1 run in 5 innings of work. Current Marlins hitting just a $164 against him in a solid 125 at-bat sample size. The Phillies bullpen was great all week. And Hernandez, obviously, it's other than a victory. He's 0-7 with a 4.54 ERA and 9 starts over the last 2 years. But since rejoining the Marlins rotation in mid-June, like the advanced metrics the markets do, 19 strikeouts, only 3 walks in 16.2 innings of work. So with Miami's starting pitcher better than advertised potentially, and the Phillies bullpen better than advertised potentially, the under money, at least off the opener, has come in on this one. Although that money came overnight, we haven't seen any more of it in early betting action on Friday.
Teddy, we need an investigation here on these San Francisco games at home. It seems like the common theme every time the Giants are at home is they seem to take money. Doing it once again. Early line opens in the Giants' direction once again, opening around minus 115, now down to minus 105. Diamondbacks and the Giants tonight. If we take a look at the pitching matchups that we have, it's going to be Kelly versus Anderson in this game. Over-under opens up at 8, Teddy, about maybe 7.5, but the same theme comes through again. They're betting the Giants.
Not my money. And, when you see the betting markets sometimes, I call it, they bang their head in the wall again and again and again. And the famous story in recent years, of course, is when the Cleveland Browns were god-awful in back-to-back years. And the wise guys, oh, look at the Browns, look at the advanced metrics. And every week they're betting the Browns, and every week, obviously, they get slapped around betting the Browns. I can't tell you why they're betting San Fran. We talked yesterday, Bruce Bochy complaining about his lineup. They got 3 hits yesterday. Bruce Bochy, quote, "We got to swing the bats. Very little action out there. Our margin for error is so small. We're just not scoring a lot of runs. One little mistake, and it seems like it cost us." Worth noting, Merrill Kelly mowed down the Giants twice already this season. A $1.59 ERA in 2 starts against them this season.
How about this total on the rise, Teddy? Looking at an 11 offshore in Colorado, now up to 12.5 as we take a look at Ryu versus Senzatella, the Dodgers and the Rockies. Rockies getting about plus 174 in this game. Not even Walker Buehler, who was on fire, could escape elevation. But now you get Ryu to go up in there. And look, bettors thinking this is going to go over. Thin air, opens at 11, now sits at 12.5.
Yeah, of course, Dodgers went over the total by themselves yesterday. Yep. A wild slugfest. Ryu's been as good as any pitcher in baseball this year. Ryu with the 12.5, you're like, what the? And then you start digging. Look at his numbers at Coors Field. Since the start of 2016, he's had 3 starts there. He's 0-3. He's lasted a total of 10.2 innings of work in those 3 starts. He's given up 17 runs. That is an ugly track record of a hurler at a particular field, obviously where the ball doesn't break the same way that it does at sea level. And of course, 11 gets bet up to 12.5. It's not just starting pitching. It's got to be the weather. Temperatures in the 90s today in Denver, and the wind blowing out to left field.